Hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. We are going to check what are the messages that we are getting today. So, just a reminder, this is a collective read. So, it can be for you, it can be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. If I am talking about masculine or feminine, I'm not especially talking about the gender. It might be simply the energy from where somebody is operating. And also this can be past, present or future. You know your timeline. Okay, so let's see what we have. Love child, twin flames, spiritual in reverse, divine feminine in reverse, turning your back, and off and on, hot and cold, detached, ghosted. Okay, it seems to me here that we might be talking about your relationship or a relationship that somehow you might be involved in. It kind of feels to me here that people might not have understood that twin flames and soulmates, it is not the same thing. Most of the time you don't end up with your twin flame. I researched this thing because I had somebody in my life that was very much into those things, so I kind of got interested in the subject. And so the main difference here, it is that twin flames are often karmic lessons, two people who are mirroring one another, and they are at the end of the day helping each other elevate, if they elevate. Sometimes one is elevating, the other one is not, none of them are elevating, but it is karmic in some kind of way, because it is about mirroring one another in order to help elevate, right? This is the idea. A soulmate, it's something different, and we can have a lot of soulmates. Maybe we can also have a lot of twin flames. This, honestly, I don't know. But it kind of feel here that we might have had a couple. We are talking here, I think, about a relationship. Even though twin flames can be friends, it can be colleagues, it can be whatever. But somehow with this love child here, it feels like we are talking about a relationship. And one person here, obviously, maybe a feminine, who might have presented themselves as a divine feminine, is not a divine feminine, because they are not in alignment and they are not growing. They are refusing to elevate. They are refusing the spiritual awakening, the healing, all of those things. And it seems like the dynamic now in this couple, in this relationship, is ghosting, turning your back, all of those things, right? It kind of feels very toxic. To be very honest with you, let's see. I don't know how it's related to you, my dear collective. You are supposed to know. And I think that we will get a little bit more information with the tarot. And maybe here with those cards. Sorry, I didn't plan to use those cards, but I kind of want to have some more pure energy information. So let's see what we are getting here. Love child. Fixed in reverse. Kind of feel here that somebody thought that having a child, I kind of feel that we are talking about this karmic feminine. They might have thought that having a child was the way to keep this relationship going. But it didn't truly work. Didn't work. Twin flames with the fire in reverse. Yeah, there is no passion here anymore. It might have been very passionate in the beginning, but there is no more passion. Spiritual. Sixth house in reverse. It's the house of work and health. Also talk about mental health. It just says the same thing. It is that somebody here is not doing their spiritual work, their emotional work, their grounding, their healing. Divine feminine in reverse. Eighth house in reverse. It's saying the same thing. The eighth house, the house of Scorpio, it is the house of transformation. It is about the death card in tarot. It is about cleansing yourself of what you don't need anymore in order to be rebirthed in a better version of yourself. Very often, if you have Scorpios in your life, and they are high vibing Scorpios, this is what they do in your life. They will tell you, ask you questions when you are telling them about something and tell you like, why are you doing that? They are kind of bringing you some kind of awareness, because this is the role of the Scorpio in humanity. It is to help you release of what you don't need. It reminds me of one time I was at the beach and there was a group of 3 guys there, and one of them had a tattoo saying something like, I'm the friend that will tell you not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And so when they left, I stopped this group of 3 guys and I asked, are you a Scorpio? And the guy looked at me shocked. He said, how do you know? I said, your tattoo says it all. So it's truly what it is, right? So this is all of this is telling me that this divine feminine is not a divine feminine. She's not doing her work. She's not elevating. She's not reflecting. The second house, regarding turning back, she doesn't add any value to this person in their life. And when I'm talking about value, I'm not talking about material value. We might be talking also about material value. And the reason why she might have been in this relationship, it is for some kind of comfort, but selfish comfort. On and off, hot and cold, detached. Libra in reverse. Yeah, we may be talking here about someone narcissistic. 1 second, I will close the window. Sorry about the camera moving. I don't know if I need to close both windows. I will close this one. If it's getting too loud, I will also close the other one. Yeah, we might be talking here about somebody narcissistic, Libra in reverse. We are talking about a Libra that is very operating from a very low place. They are controlling, they are detached, they are superficial, passive-aggressive, vindictive, sometimes lazy, manipulative. Yeah. This is what we are dealing with. So let's see what else. I will take this spread to start. And we'll see what we are getting here. So, we might, of course, also be talking, for example, about your parents, right? This might be how it relates to you. So, what should the collective be aware of here in this reading, in this spread? Why did it came out? We might definitely be talking here about your own healing and your own childhood. It doesn't have to be, of course, but we have this 6 of Cups in reverse, talking about negative nostalgia. We might also be talking, about somebody who is stuck in their childhood wounds. and it is bringing them very, very down, might be very depressed because they are stuck there. They are stuck there. I don't feel that we are talking here about this feminine, because I don't feel that this feminine is operating from a place of self-reflection. If we are talking here about someone who is narcissistic, they are all about controlling others. So they're, how can we say that? They don't look at themselves, right? They are looking at others all the time. So I kind of feel that this might be the other person in the relationship that is all the time triggered by this feminine. Because we are talking here also about somebody narcissistic. So they are, since the beginning of the relationship, taking information, right? They are noting in their head information, triggers of the other person, to know how to control emotionally the other person, how to weaken them. This is what they are doing. So we have here someone who might be very triggered, very down, remembering their childhood, being very triggered by childhood wounds. This truly sounds like the right way to say that. Missed opportunity. Something is blocked. I want more information here about this Three of Cups. What is this Three of Cups? What should we know here about this Three of Cups? Seems like somebody is happy. Somebody is happy that somebody else didn't have some kind of opportunity, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Somebody is stuck here. And it makes somebody very, very happy. Because they are dependent, they are emotionally dependent. And it's very interesting because the Six of Wands, which talks about victory, it came out like this. So the downfall of one is the victory of the other. It's exactly what is described here. Somebody missed an opportunity and it makes the other person, I guess this karmic feminine, very happy. Very, very happy. Maybe very happy for her family. Yeah, Hangman in reverse, somebody's stuck. Yeah, we have emotional dependence here. This karmic feminine can be trauma bonded with this twin flame. But it kind of feels like it's the end of the relationship. It reminds me another reading that I did, maybe yesterday, about someone that didn't want someone to move forward. Was it yesterday? It was a few days ago, maybe. This is what it feels like. Maybe it is a follow-up. Tell me more here. Yeah, healing. Somebody wants to heal. Tell me more here. Yeah, of the emotional manipulation, of the coldness, the betrayal, the harsh words. Yeah, it really feels like somebody wants to keep this relationship going when the other person doesn't want. They are very, very down. They are depressed. They might not feel at home anywhere. They know that they missed an opportunity, maybe. And this person who is supposed to love them, even if, you know, sometimes relationships don't work out, but you still wish the best for the parent of your child. I will say masculine and feminine here because this is what we have, right? But you apply it however. You know, the mother of those children should, if she truly loves someone, she wants them to be happy, especially if they have children together. But here it's not the case because we are dealing with a narcissist. So they are celebrating the fact that the father of their child is missing opportunities, might be blocked. But it seems like this person is putting in place what is needed in order to heal. They might be doing it in silence, not saying a lot. Tell me more here. What should we know? What should we know? Yeah, they are seeing the light. Love child. Why it is the love child coming up here? Because they were in a mental prison. You know what it feels like to me? It feels to me like maybe this masculine might not have especially planned for a child, but this feminine wanted a child in order to keep this masculine stuck. But now the child is here. Maybe it's more than one. And there is truly love between this father and the child. And it kind of feels to me that this father might have had parents who have gone through a divorce. And so, this might be the reason why, even if the relationship was not good, they wouldn't leave so easily because they have a childhood wound regarding the couple of their own parents, the relationship of their own parents. And this feminine here knew that. They knew that a great way to keep this man stuck was to have a child. Because she knew about his childhood wound, his trauma, that wasn't healed. But now I kind of feel that this masculine is seeing what's going on here. How he was emotionally trapped because of that. Okay. Understood. Let's see the twin flames, where there is no passion anymore. The fire is out. What should we know about the twin flames? Yeah. There was too much manipulation, too much control, too much hurt, too much carelessness, selfishness, my way or the highway. There is nothing pure in this couple anymore, nothing light. There is no lightness. There is also no faith anymore, I think, from this masculine. They are checking their options. They are checking their options now. Tell me more here. They might be trying to rebuild themselves slowly and steadily. Yeah, in a way to kind of preserve the children, because they have still this past experience, right? So they are going slow and steady because they want to do what's best for the children, try to preserve them. Yeah, they know that the relationship is over. They know that it's over, but they are trying to do it in a clever way. So they are waiting their options right now regarding that. It's interesting because I'm very much attracted by the flames here, and we have also the fire element here in reverse. So it's like the fire totally died. And so now it's just a mirror against a mirror. And in the worst way possible. In the worst way possible, because it became now all a power dynamic. So it's very unhealthy for the children, obviously. Tell me more here. Yeah, the tower. The tower. This is destructive, and it needs to fall down. Yeah. I think that the fire is not in the bedroom anymore, which might have been a major element in this relationship, and now the fire is in anger, frustration, resentment, all those kind of things. Okay, here regarding the spiritual in reverse, the 6th house, the 8th house in reverse, and the divine feminine in reverse. No, you know what? I was thinking of doing it together, but I want to see the divine feminine, what we are getting about that. So let's check the spiritual in reverse. What else? The 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, the death in reverse. Someone is not... There is someone here who is truly putting a lot of investment, right? And truly thinking, how can we move forward here? I'm stopping for a moment and I'm observing what's going on here. And what's going on, it is that we have a person here that doesn't want to change, that doesn't change, and that doesn't also want the relationship to change. So they want to keep the relationship, but without any work. There is no work done here. With the Sun card here again, I want what I see here, it is the children and maintaining some kind of happiness for those children. Let's see. I truly feel that here's the priority right now about those children, what to do. Tell me more, please, about this Sun. Why did it come out? The Fool. The 4 of Wands. Yeah, the stability. Maintaining the innocence of those children. What else? The Star. You know, I kind of feel that this feminine here is pretending that it's just a phase, that they will come back together, which in fact is doing kind of... it's very toxic because it keeps the children hoping for something and it doesn't allow them to accept the situation. And I kind of feel that this is what we are dealing with here. And so this masculine is somehow trying to protect those children, give them the stability. And this feminine is just doing that because they are thinking about themselves. They are not thinking about how it impacts the children, how toxic it is for the children, how destructive it is. No. We are talking about a narcissist, just thinking about themselves. She's kind of using the children in order to block this masculine from leaving. Yeah, the Chariot. This is her way to take control of the situation. Tell me more here. Yeah, pretending that everything is fine, everything is good, we will get together again. If they are separated, if they are fighting a lot, she might say to the children, no, it's nothing, it's normal, this is what couples do, you know? Yeah, lying and manipulating the children. This is ugly. This is very, very ugly. I don't like that. Okay, let's see with this feminine. Pretending to be a divine feminine, but being a karmic. Let's see what's going on here. Divine feminine in reverse. What should we know? Yeah, she doesn't want to let go. The ending of this relationship for a reason or another, it is a catastrophe for her. Why? Why is it a catastrophe? Sorry, this is my coffee machine saying goodbye for the day. Because somebody will see something. Something will be exposed, will be seen. Somebody will be able to move forward. Tell me more, please. What should we know? Yeah, somebody will be able to move forward, and she doesn't want that. I want this Two of Swords in reverse. What is going on here with this Two of Swords in reverse? What should we know about the Two of Swords in reverse? Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, King of Cups. It feels like what she doesn't want him to know, to be aware of, it is that in fact he doesn't need her. He is abundant without her. And this is a problem for her. Because then she will need to be in charge of her own burdens, her own life. Yeah, she thinks that she can exploit his heart. She's afraid that he will gain healing, emotional grounding, emotional maturity, that he will realize that he can truly take care of himself. She cannot take care of herself, but he can. And this is what she doesn't want him to know. I kind of feel that this is the kind of person, this feminine, who will say to someone all the time, you know, you are worthless. If I wouldn't be with you, nobody would. You know, this kind of thing. To make someone truly feel like... I already had a few people telling me, you know, I wanted to leave my relationship, but I was so convinced that I was nothing and that nobody would want me. When it's people, you know, they were still in their 30s, 40s, looking good, a great heart. You know, why would you think that? But the reason why, it is because they were abused so much, and the mirror that they received was so judgmental, so negative, so cutting their balls off. You understand what I mean? Tell me more, please, about this divine feminine. She is smear campaigning him. She is trying to block him in any way possible. She is saying to everyone that he's a bad person, that he's unstable, that he cannot do anything by himself, when in fact it's all projections. It's the reality about her. I don't know how it fell here. Kind of feel that it fell like this. Yeah, divorce. End of a contract. I feel that she's putting the whole separation, divorce, whatever, all the problems that they have, she puts it on him. And he might take some kind of accountability because I feel that he is weak right now because of all the abuse. Tell me more here about this divine feminine in reverse. Yeah, she's losing. She's losing and she cannot stand it, so she wants him to lose. Yeah, she's creating illusions, confusion. She's not saying the truth. She's trying to block him totally. When I see this Ace of Pentacles, there is something very phallic here. So what I said about cutting his balls, you know, this is what I feel. Truly trying to be very, very destructive towards him. So he wouldn't have any confidence. He would be afraid of moving forward. He wouldn't trust himself in moving forward. Let's see, turning your back, the second house. Interesting, interesting. I love that. I wanted to say, you know, I think that there is something here about money, status, that this is her biggest problem. Yeah. Yeah, we are dealing here with the King of Pentacles. Somebody that is a leader. It is a leader, it is someone who knows how to take care of business. Might be someone of power, someone of status. But he sees the truth now, that this is the reason why this person doesn't want to let go. This is why they don't want to let go. Because of material advantages that this person has. Tell me more here, please, about turning the back. Yeah, and this is why she's lying so much. She might be also lying, you know, in order to... I just got an information. I don't like it, you know, those women that pretend that their baby parent is a PEDO. You know what I mean? Or that they are an abuser, when they might be overreacting. It's not overreacting, but they might be screaming and all those things because it's reactive abuse. And narcissists know how to create this situation. But this is what I feel here that she's trying to do in order, you know, it's using the children. Like, she might pretend that she wants the children full time because he's not able to take care of the children, and we know that it's not the case. He knows how to take care of the children. But she will make a whole case pretending that he's abusive, he's whatever, that he has addictions, that he's mentally unstable, and all those kind of things might be kind of true if you are just looking from the outside. because this person is dealing with reactive abuse, and it takes time and getting away from the source of abuse in order to be able to get out of it. But it's a situation that she created, and in fact she doesn't want the children to have the children, because I guess that she's more interested in finding somebody else now. This is what narcissists do. They will jump to somebody else to give them this advantage and give them flatter their ego how they need. And they love to manipulate people, so they need someone else. They need new supply. But if she has the children, she gets the money for the alimony. How do we say? You know what I mean, right? For the children. So this is kind of what I feel that is happening here. And so she is making up stories that she might have started long time ago. In order to maintain some kind of something, of value. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, exactly. She's doing things in the dark, things that are very corrupted, no respect for morality, integrity, ethics, nothing. Yeah, master manipulator. Pretending that she's taking care of the kids. It's all about the kids. Yeah, she's holding on to money. Look. She doesn't want to lose control. It's a plan. It's a plan. This is what it is. Tell me more here, please, about this Hermit in reverse. What should we know about this Hermit in reverse? You know, the biggest issue, it's kind of known. You know who you get married to, but you don't know. You will truly know the person that you are dealing with the day that you divorce, right? This is when you truly know what you are dealing with. Hermit in reverse, please. The Tower. The Hangman in reverse. Yeah, she wants to destroy him. Keep him totally stuck. Yeah, she's in a revenge mode. Yeah, it's all about manipulation, control. She's very jealous also. She's reckless. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about the children. She only cares about herself. This is the reality of the situation here. On and off, hot and cold, detached. I'm seeing her all the time, right? But you know that you can turn it however you need to turn it. Ghosted. What should we know here about the ghosted? Yeah, we have here someone who is getting themselves out of a very dark place. Blocking this narcissistic individual here. Refusing to communicate, being very cold. I think that is the right thing to do. Yeah, in order to try to end this cycle. I kind of feel that this person, this masculine, might have tried the soft way, right? With this karmic feminine. And I think that they understood that it wouldn't work. That the only thing that they could do it is truly put very, very strong boundaries. That's it. It's the only way to somehow close this cycle. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, he sees the truth now. He's not in this mental prison anymore. He sees the reality for what it is. Yeah, again, he's checking his options. He's checking his options. Tell me here, please. The Eight of Swords in reverse. What has he awakened to? Eight of Swords reverse. Queen of Swords. Yeah, the truth. We gain mental clarity about the manipulations. How this person would say anything without any weight in their words. It's all manipulation. This is what they awaken to. Yeah, that this person didn't want to let go, but it was about money, about assets. It wasn't about preserving the family, preserving the children. It's none of that. It's bullshit. This is not the reality. Yeah, this person has understood now that they are dealing with who they are dealing with, in fact, right? Yeah, that they are dealing with someone very selfish that only care about themselves. They might have believed this person. Of course, you know, it's very hard to awaken to the fact that, in fact, you have been manipulated all this time because you believed in your story. You trusted this person. And even if this person has betrayed your trust, very often it's very difficult to accept in the beginning because it means that you were wrong the whole way. Whatever construction in your mind you have about your relationship, you have to revisit it. And this is why so many people have a hard time to accept the fact that they are dealing with a liar, a manipulator, someone selfish, because you need to accept all the lies and all the manipulations. It goes the same, let's say, if you are a child with a toxic parent, with a selfish parent, a neglecting parent. A neglecting parent, whatever neglect there was, they always have a beautiful explanation. Beautiful explanation. There is always such a psychological reason behind everything that they do. That it takes time to accept that, in fact, no, this person was just saying whatever to make themselves look good, and they truly don't care about you. Difficult to accept. But I think that this person now has understood what they are dealing with. They might be stonewalling them, answering the minimum of the minimum, not being willing to get into conversations with them. If this is you, I think that you are doing very right. If you have children together, right, so it might be very difficult to not communicate, but for every possible reason, the communication should be written. For legal reasons, to protect yourself, and there is no, they cannot put pressure on you or manipulate you the same way, because you know, when it is a message, then you can take your time to answer. Also, you can tell them, I don't want a voice message. If you need to communicate with me something, write it down. So it will demand more effort, because those kind of people, when they don't want to release, they want to keep you under pressure. They want you to be in a pressure cooker all the time. So they always have a reason to contact you. And if you have children together, then you cannot truly cut them totally. You need to have some kind of communication, right? And those kind of people also make you feel that what a bad parent you are if you don't respond immediately to my messages. You need to be always available. What if your child is in this situation or that? You know, they put pressure on you and from many sides at the same time. So it's not so easy to calm it down, but there are good tricks. Refusing conversations is very good, and all the communication should be by message. And unless it is truly something really dramatic, when it is your time with the children, it is your time with the children. You don't just call me for anything and everything because suddenly you have urgency and you need me to take the children. No. Your time with the children is your time with the children. You need help, you call your mother, your father, your friend. And it doesn't mean that you cannot talk with the children. You can talk with the children, but it's very important to put very, very strong boundaries and hold them, because those kind of people, they will intentionally test your boundaries, right? So, anything else here for closure that we should be aware of? Let's see. Anything else that we should be aware of for closure? Yeah, block. Block, it's good. It's good, I like that. Yeah, this person is blocking. They are also not being stupid with money here, I think. They might have understood that this person is all about money. Let's see here if we have something else that comes out that we should be aware of in this situation. Any advice for the collective? Anything that the collective should know or be aware of? Yeah, it was... Look. This is what it was based on. You see here? This is what it was based on. Yeah, this person, this karmic is following this person. If you are dealing with that, know that there are chances that, you know, you attract. So if you can, close your location services, check with your phone if there are, how do we call those things, you know, that you can just throw in the car or something like this, so the person knows where you are. Also taking off all of the location services, find my phone, getting out of the cloud, all those kind of things, you know. If you see that the person always appears where you are, it might be a good indication. Yeah, I see blocked. Okay, so it's good. Apparently you are doing what you are supposed to do. Yeah, this person is truly trying their best to keep you, I guess, under pressure. You or the ex under pressure, backstabbing. Yeah, this person is refusing the karmic lesson. They are not learning. They are just searching for their next story, right? This is what it is. Okay, so we will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful. I would love to read you in the comments. If you are new here, I hope that you felt very welcome here and this is why you stayed until the end. If it's the case, I remind you that you have the option to subscribe and so you will know when my next video comes up, and see what we will be talking about next time. That's it. I'm sending you all beautiful vibes. Have a beautiful day, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching me. I would also love to know in the comments where you are watching me from. Until very, very soon. Bye.